From the Ray Simon Studio, this is Utica College News.
Hello and welcome to UC News. My name is Francis Tavino. Each week we will update you on local and national news. Earlier today there was a research letter published in the New England Journal of Medicine claiming that the Moderna vaccine has shown strong antibody levels at 6 months. Scientists have discovered that the younger adults who were involved in the early stage study seem to have the highest antibody levels. However, all age groups of the 33 participants had high protective antibody activity overall. According to CNN, scientists are continuing to monitor those involved in the study to determine how long the protection actually lasts. Scientists also plan to decide whether or not an extra dose will be beneficial regarding the duration of protection. At this time, scientists are unsure of how much protection Moderna will provide, but they expect antibody levels to decrease over time. This ongoing study expects protection from the vaccine to last more than 6 months. However, more data is being waited on from late-stage clinical trials, which will confirm how long it actually works. CNN also reported that last week the Pfizer COVID vaccine was proven to be 91.3% effective 6 months after the second dose in a separate study that was done. It is also proven to be 100% effective against extreme illness. New Yorkers aged 16 and older are now eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Governor Andrew Cuomo originally lowered the age limit to 30 and lower, but he has lowered it once again. 16 and 17-year-old New Yorkers will be limited to receive the Pfizer vaccine because it is the only one that is currently authorized for people under 18. Parental or guardian consent will be required for those under 18 in order to receive the vaccine. New York State has lifted its 11 p.m. curfew and is now allowing certain establishments like casinos, movie theaters, and fitness centers to operate 24/7. This announcement comes while COVID-19 numbers continue to trend downward across the state and New Yorkers continue to get vaccinated. The curfew in place for restaurants and bars was not included in the list of establishments eligible to operate past 11 p.m. Governor Andrew Cuomo has said he will be evaluating those curfews later this month. Local parks in the Utica area are set to open later this month. Basketball and tennis courts are already available for use, while city parks are looking at April 19th for a tentative opening date for other sports. Utica Mayor Robert Palermo asks residents to be mindful of the pandemic. He said that masks and social distancing will still be required in order for the parks to remain open. Google Maps is in the process of developing a new feature within the next few months called Indoor Live View. Augmented reality will be available to navigate airports, malls, and train stations. This feature will have graphics available including directions, arrows, and icons on your phone. You will be able to find stores and shopping malls and bathrooms at airports. By enabling your location on Google Maps, the feature will display images that will help you find your destination. Summer is right around the corner and people are beginning to wonder whether or not the beach is safe now that more people are receiving their COVID-19 vaccines. CNN medical analyst and emergency physician Dr. Leanne Wen said that because beaches are outdoors, they are a much safer option than other settings. However, she made sure to add that nothing is going to be completely safe, but nothing is going to be a complete risk either. This goes for everyone, even those who have been fully vaccinated. Dr. Ada Stewart, a South Carolina family physician, said that there is no evidence that the virus could be spread in the water. She claims that whether you're alone at the beach or there with people who are fully vaccinated, the best way to reduce the risk is by having your own area to relax in. If you decide to take a trip to the beach this summer, be sure to keep your distance on land and in the water from those who don't live with you. Do your best to avoid crowds in indoor areas that have poor ventilation. There may be times when you have to be closer to strangers, like when you have to go to the bathroom or visit a concession stand. In these cases, just be sure to wear your mask, carry hand sanitizer, and wash your hands well. The CDC has recommended that you check the local government, public health office, and beach regulations in advance. Some beaches may have a limited capacity, and people may be required to make reservations before their visit. Residents of the Lenox area of Los Angeles County were woken up early Monday morning with a 4.0 magnitude earthquake. It was 19.9 kilometers deep and was recorded at 4:44 a.m. Pacific time. About a half hour prior to the quake, LA was hit with a 2.5 for shock in the same area. This one was recorded at 25.9 kilometers deep. Geophysicist Paul Caruso reported that the Inglewood and Lenox area experienced nearly 40 aftershocks by 8 a.m. According to CNN, there were no instant reports of injuries or damage from either shock. Haley Smith, a staff writer for the Los Angeles Times, claims that even if residents did not feel yesterday's earthquake, they never know when a bigger one may strike. In her article, Smith provided their 5-step earthquake preparedness guide. She also recommended that residents build their own emergency kit. USGS Earthquakes tweeted, "Odds are high that nothing bigger will happen, but every felt quake is a reminder that California is earthquake country." Los Angeles firefighters have been battling a brush fire in the Angels National Forest since Monday night. The fire is rapidly spreading and is reportedly burning at a size larger than 50 acres. The gusty winds is spreading the fire east and is heading towards larger rural areas. As of now, there has been no reported injuries. The governor of Wisconsin has declared a state of emergency due to a high risk of wildfires across the state. As a precaution, about 10 homes had to be evacuated, and the National Guard is using Black Hawk helicopters to help look for missing survivors in the smoke. According to the fire chief of Menomonee Falls, this is the biggest fire that the area has ever seen. If you've been using Siri on your iPhone, iPad, MacBook, or Apple Watch, then there is a new feature that you don't want to miss out on. Apple has recently announced that they will stop defaulting Siri's female voice. Apple users will now have the option to pick from a range of voices and choose their preferred gender for Siri's voice. There will also be 2 new voices for English speakers. These changes have been made available to the iOS 14.5 beta update and will be available on all newer Apple devices. Nickelodeon is pulling a SpongeBob SquarePants episode from season 12 because of its virus-themed storyline. According to a Nickelodeon spokesperson, they chose not to air it because of sensitivities surrounding the real-world COVID-19 pandemic. This particular episode is called Quarantined Crab. In it, there is a case of the clam flu at the Krusty Krab restaurant. A health inspector makes the customers who are exposed to the virus quarantine. This episode has been removed from Amazon Prime's video platform as well. That is all the news we have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you again. Stay safe.